How's it going, everyone? ACL Dealer Services here. What we got is the same Volkswagen Jetta as in our last episode. But while we're waiting on parts to be delivered, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and detail this vehicle. Mainly just the exterior for this video. What we got going on is there are prints stuck to the paint. So like when we wash this, these prints don't come off and they're kind of all over the vehicle. And really what it's from is makeup, foundation, and the vehicle not being protected. So the foundation gets on the hands, you know, in and out of the vehicle, hanging out around the vehicle, just touching it overall. And that stuff gets kind of stuck. It digs into the clear coat and it stays forever. It's not coming out. Not by washing anyway. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to strip wash this vehicle first. We're going to remove any wax or sealant that may be on the vehicle. Get all that off, and then we're going to go ahead and we're going to compound, and we're going to get the all by hand, and we're going to get the we're going to get these fingerprints out. So I'm going to take you guys around the car. I'm going to show you what kind of prints we're talking about, and we're going to compound, we're going to polish, and we're going to wax, and this thing is going to be looking great afterwards. So let me grab the camera here and get you guys rolling. All right, so it's really hard to capture this stuff on camera, but in real life it just pops. You know, these are prints that are stuck on here. They don't smear off, they don't come off, you know, so they are in the clear coat. So we're gonna go ahead and try and get these all out. Now they're all up and down this A-pillar. Let's see if we can't capture some of them. Do a walk around. There's some right here, all along the door area. Very difficult to see this way. Nice little mark right here. We're gonna try and get that out if possible. Let's see, can you see these prints? Yeah, there's some prints right there. You can see these prints. They're in the paint. And mind you, during the day, this stuff really just pops. Here, here. Let's take a look at this trunk. The rear deck, see what we can see here. If we can find anything. Not in that type of light, we can't. There's little smudges all over the rear deck. You know, right here especially, it's a big one. Move on, and then I know if I come back this way, we'll see some of them. Let's get in there pretty close. There's one. There's a few more. All right, so you guys kind of get it. There's spots all over. Spot right there that they want us to get. You guys can see that. It doesn't come out normally. And then right here, right on the hood, leaning on the car, put your hands on there, you know, maybe she dropped something on the way into the house, bent over, used the car to support, pick herself up. So those are the bad things that we're gonna be trying to get out. Okay, so like I said, we've already strip washed the vehicle. So there's no more wax on here. I should have caught video of that because this was a perfect example of what you want to happen whenever you do the strip wash. There's basically no protection on this vehicle after we did that. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go for, first I'm gonna start with a polish. I'm gonna see if this stuff will come out with a polish. You wanna go with the least abrasive as possible. Whenever you're doing any kind of detailing, whenever you're cleaning anything, you want to start with the most abrasive materials and products that you can. So first we're going to see how polishing will affect this, and it's probably not going to get it, and we're going to have to use a compound agent. So let's go ahead and get started with that. All right, so like I said, we already strip washed the vehicle. Actually, the first thing that we're going to be doing is clay barring paint because this paint is so rough. After the strip wash, it's terribly rough. So we're gonna actually go ahead and clay bar this. We're not gonna use a mitt because we really want to get everything out of here that we can. All right, so first we're gonna hit the clay bar, right? Just give this a little shot. See how the clay bar does just in this local area on this print. Because if I don't have to use any compound, it's gonna be great. I'll just run over it with a light polish. Sorry for shaking the camera, guys. One-handed gets to be a little tough. It doesn't look like it's gonna come out. It's gonna have to be at least polished, if not compounded. That's nice and smooth. Let me grab a rag real quick. Oh, yeah. Yep, pretty much identical. I mean, that's some smooth paint in comparison, but still there. So we're gonna definitely have to polish that first and see what we can do with it. All right, now we got it all clay barred. So, all right, so now that we're all clay barred, we're gonna go ahead and try polishing first. Let's see if this polishing compound will have a good effect on this before we go ahead and do polishing compound. Let's see if this polish will have a good effect before we go ahead and compound. We don't want to compound unless we have to. It puts a lot of deeper scratches into the paint, and it's not necessary, you know. The more paint you take off, the more clear coat you take off, the worse that it is. So you want to take off as little as possible while doing this stuff, while getting all this out. Get a microfiber, see where we're at. And that, my friends, is exactly what we needed. It is gone completely. No, not completely. Just barely there. So how about we hit this polishing just a little bit more and see if we can't get it to completely go away. If we can get these things out, she will be so happy. That's why we're doing this. But I'm going to be honest, it looks like it's not coming out. Probably going to take some compounding to remove these fingerprints. Actually, like handprints. Yep, still there. So a little compounding will work. Let's go ahead and get that going. All right, so we're going to go ahead and switch up to a heavier duty compound, and we're going to change our pad over also. It's a little stiffer foam, so it's going to help dig in there. Sometimes you can just change your compound and use the same pad. Sometimes you can just change your pad and use the same compound. So we're going to change the compound and the pad, just so we can go ahead and be sure that we get this out. We're doing it all by hand. Takes a little more time, but it's safer and you get just as good results. So let's go ahead and start giving this a shot. Okay, so you can see, still there. So, let's rubber down. Sorry that, let's see if that helps you guys see a little bit better. So we don't want to do this to the whole car. This is just to the sections that need it. It puts deep scratches in the clear coat, and then we have to go back over the clear coat with the polish. So you're doubling up your work. If you do this over the whole car, you're wasting time, you're wasting product, and you're wasting clear coat. It's not necessary. Not at all. And now, guys, as we can see, it is completely out. Right there, if you can see that, as I move that light right past that spot, that's where like maybe bird droppings, something got into this paint and it just dug down in all the way to the paint. I can even see black, so it's all the way down to the base coat. There's nothing that we can do about that. But the fingerprints are completely gone. We're gonna go over this section again with the polish. So the reason why we started with the polish the first time, guys, was because you want to do the least abrasive method first. If that doesn't work, then you take it up another step. And that's exactly what we did. Now you gotta go back over it because even though you can't see it right now, this needs to be polished. Once we polish this, it's gonna shine even brighter. It's gonna be even more so that even more so of a reflection. So that's what we're off to.